Hey guys, it's your boy Sushi here with another Etheria restart video. So this is going to be like an updated intro because we just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube yesterday. So I want to thank you guys so much. I can't believe you guys like watching my content, like watching me stream this much. We have some people watching me like every single day, man. You guys have been amazing in supporting me in the channel. So I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube now, so we'll see how that goes. But I applied for it and everything already. So regarding the giveaways, I'm definitely going to be giving away 4 monthly passes now. So we're going to do two for Christmas live on stream, and then we'll also do two for the New Year's live on stream as well. And some comments were telling me like you should try to get some more subscribers. So I'm gonna move the goalpost back just a little bit, even though we already hit the first one, right? Let's try to get 1,200 by the end of the year. As I'm recording this, it's the 19th, so we have about 12 days for 200 subs, and I'll add one more monthly pass giveaway to the mix for New Year. So it'll be, if we do hit 1.2k subs, I'll do two on Christmas and three on New Year. So that's really exciting, guys. So let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the replays. So the first replay I want to take a look at is against Diddy here. Ayo. um, anyway, okay, so I have the volume up. Okay, so Aya ban, Doki ban, of course. And then he first picks Plume. Okay, cool, totally fine. If you first pick Plume, I will take Ray Mary. And then I decided to take Lowen here. So the reason why I decided to take low in here is because it looked like he might play CC, right? He might play CC, and I have Lowen on Bulwark. That's exactly why I picked Lowen here. And then he decides to pick Santic and Freya. Okay, definitely turn one now, right? Santic and Freya. So Santic for the crit buffs, as well as the reset on the skills and shells and stuff like that. But that's totally fine because looking at this, he might go turn one, right? But I know that I can take Messiah and lock Messiah on three. And then if I get one turn from Messiah, if I get one turn from Ray, if I get one turn from Lowen, chances are I will win, especially since Lowen and Messiah are already on Bulwark, right? You guys know from the last video, the BBC now is back with protection, okay, guys? So I also picked Lily here because he has Freya, right? And Lily's my fastest unit. So just for a slight speed contest right there. And then he decides to pick Mio and then Bayo. Okay, totally fine. Completely fine if he gets the first turn. It doesn't really matter. So then I decide to pick Suki, who is my next fastest pusher in case he bans Lily. And then I can instantly just bring up Messiah with Suki. Very nice here. So I'd ban Plume, of course, because Plume is the only one here. Right? Looking very carefully, she's the only one that can strip the immunity from my team and then just destroy me, slowly chip me down, CC me, pushing back, all that stuff. But yeah, the CC here is negated because there's no strip. So what can he do to Messiah and Lowen? Literally nothing. Messiah and Lowen will take a turn eventually, even without somebody pushing them up because they're both on immunity, and he has nothing to do with nothing to deal with immunity, nothing to like instantly kill me, anything like that. So I ban his Plume, he bans my Suki, and let's watch this game. He doesn't have a real damage dealer, but Santic's actually really good for buffing your team. So even a turn one team without actual damage can deal a decent amount of damage if you get some CC in there as well, or some really good cycling. So Lowen goes. My Mio is actually, I mean, his Mio is pretty slow, right? So I decided what? I decided to S2 with Lily on Lowen. The reason why I did that was because if the Mio pushes back or freezes my team or whatever, I'll get cooked. So I wanted to lock down the Mio right there. Messiah gets a turn. And then he had defense up, so Messiah couldn't kill all of them because he doesn't have attack buff. Maybe if he had attack buff, or if I stripped the defense down or something. But at this point, I pretty much won already. So he brings back Mio, doesn't really matter. I kill the Freya, and then boom with the Ray Mary, and then Ray Mary's about to go again. Boom with Ray Mary again, and that's just GG's right there. So very nice drafting, I would say. Having Messiah here and winning again, right? I'm showing you guys that we are figuring out how to win even if we lose the initiative. Okay, even if we lose the initiative, we can still somehow come back and still win. So I'm actually pretty impressed by myself. Not like bragging or anything, just genuinely like I'm getting better. Usually, if you guys were like a long time viewer and you know like a season or two ago, I would just if I was outsped, I just instantly lose. There was really nothing I could do at that point. But we also have a lot of time. We've had a lot of time since then to build up our account, build more characters and counter picks and stuff like that. So yeah, huge improvement for me, I think, since then. So let's talk about the losses here. This game versus Oak, I'm not too sure what to do here. I think, let me try to remember. So he bans Plume, I ban Doki, he picks Ray, I pick Lo and Mio. And then he goes Nahor Freya. Okay, he goes Nahor Freya, so I want to lock Lilium so that Lilium guarantees gets a turn. And then he picks Suki and Mass. So looking at this, I want a slight speed contest, and then I decided to pick Hoyan and ban the mask. But I think while I was drafting, I forgot that Ray Mary beats Hoyan. So looking back now, I kind of panicked. I kind of wasn't too sure who to pick. What's my last pick? I kind of just picked Hoyan. But looking back now, who would have been a better pick here? Um, to essentially win, even though he's faster than me. Maybe the Ting, maybe Santic, right? Those two could have worked. So let's watch this gameplay. And let me rewatch it so I remember exactly what happened. And we can figure out what we could have done better. Okay, so he goes first. He S3s to get the attack buff and push back. Okay. He strips and locks my Hoyan. Totally fine. Brings up Raymary, and then I just pretty much just lose. Right? I think I pretty much just lose there. Let's see. S3 on the... I couldn't even kill her, right? And then I didn't get any CC either. So I got unlucky here. So I think I could have won that. So maybe if I was able to... Let me go back. Maybe if I was able to... I didn't have any defense down or anything, right? Yeah, so I don't think I would have been able to one-shot the Raymary anyway. But perhaps if my Mio froze his entire team, I could have won, right? Because maybe if he froze, maybe if they froze Nahor and stuff, my Lilia might get another turn and just S2 and stun the whole team, something like that. So a little bit unlucky there, but I still think I could have drafted someone better than Hoyan. Maybe the Ting might be good. Maybe Santic might be good. I'm not too sure just yet. I'm still trying to incorporate the Ting and Santic into my gameplay because they're not really heavily invested. But I'm glad I invested in Lowen because you guys know Lowen has been amazing for my account, locking down those turn 2 bruisers. Okay, next game against Wybin here. Did I also panic here or something? Let me think. So ban, first strike, Plume, Lowen, you guys already know. Mio, Freya. So I locked Mass and Lily. So okay, I think I know what I should have done. So looking back at this game, I should have once he locked Freya, this was gonna be a speed contest. I should have either I think there's two things I could have done. So one, I could have locked Hoyan. Yeah, I could have done that. Maybe. Okay, so looking back now, I think I could have locked Hoyan here and pick Messiah on 4. Don't even pick Lily. Don't even pick Lily here. I could have locked Hoyan, pick Messiah on 4, then he'll pick something else. And if Hoyan dies, I can just kill one of them, right? So if I were to have locked Hoyan, maybe I would have banned Nahor here because he's the only one who can strip, right? Ray Mary is she can only S1 that will like execute my Hoyan, and then it goes through her soul ward and everything. But if she only S3, she won't get that chance, right? So maybe if I locked Hoyan here, I could have banned Nahor, and maybe he'll ban Messiah or whatever. But at the very least with Lily, I'll get somebody to take one turn, right? Probably Loan, or Lowen to take one turn, and that way I can lock down the biggest threat on his team. So two options there. So option one was either to lock Hoyan preemptively and then put Messiah on 4, or lock Lily and then Messiah and Hoyan on 4. That way Lily can pull somebody up and actually take one turn, and somehow I win in one turn, right? Very possible there. So let's watch this game. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for my future games later tonight. So I have triple immunity here, right? Okay, he pushes them back. Yep, he locks the... He dispels and freezes the Hoyan there, and then that's just GG's for me, pretty much. I think my Lowen almost comes back. Maybe if Lowen had, like, not Amber, I'm not putting her on Amber. But maybe if she had, like, some kind of healing mechanism, right? Maybe she could heal a little bit. But at this point, she can't really solo because she took way too much damage. Maybe if she didn't take so much damage, maybe if she was still full HP, I think she could have 1v4'd that, actually. Once I get rid of the CCers, like Nahor. Alright, let's go back up. So that was a loss right there. But let's talk about this W versus Elmador. So pretty standard stuff here. So he bans Mio, right? So if you guys have noticed, a lot of turn 2 players are banning Mio now because she is so flexible. Either push back or freeze and wound. Very, very strong. I think I mentioned that in like every video. But you guys can see that she is a very strong pre-ban right now for turn 2 players. So he first picks Raymary, then I pick Lowen and Plume, right? Yeah, I could pick Plume, Lowen, doesn't matter, right? You guys know the same thing. I just wanted to click Lowen really quick. Anyway. He then proceeds to pick Aya and Fuchu on lock. So very easy. I see Aya, I lock Nohor, and then I also pick Mia here, right? So you guys have seen the Mio tech where you just push them back forever and dispel them, and then they just get cooked. So I have this tech here, this combo right here. Mia push them back, Plume strip, Nohor freeze them all, you know, all that good stuff. And then I also actually it's his turn to pick, right? So then he picked Sylph and Rahu. Perfect. Okay, so once I see this, once I see 3 healers, technically 2.5, right? Because I is not really a healer, but she's a support healer type of character, not a full healer. And I see Rahu right here. Oof, this is pretty much free for me, especially if he doesn't ban Lowen. So what I'm thinking here, right? I haven't picked my 5th pick yet, but I look at this team and I'm like, Raymary's gone. Boom. Looking at the rest of his team, what other unit can I pick that will give Rahu a lot of trouble? Like a lot of trouble. So I decided to pick Lilium because one turn with Lilium, boom, Rahu is dead, right? S3 with the defense down, right? I also have 2 layers of defense down here. So even if he bans Plume, I'm going to get another defense down from Nahor on Rahu. And you know, Rahu can't do anything when he's defense down. So I just instantly one-shot his Rahu and then that would be GG's. But he decided to ban the Lilium, which I think is the right pick here. And he just decided to deal with the Lowen, but you guys will see he's actually really tanky, but Lowen slowly just chips them down, right? If he allowed Lilium to go through and Lilium takes 1 turn, Rahu instantly dies. But Lowen is a much slower, like chipping away at the unit until they die eventually, like a slow and painful kind of death, you know, like death by 1,000 cuts or something. But anyway, let's watch this replay. Okay, so just the standard stuff, right? Mia pushed back, Plume with the defense down and all the weakness and all that stuff. So my Nahor is still faster, so I was checking the turn meter and Nahor would have been able to cut the Aya, but I got really unlucky here because Aya did not get frozen. None of the healers got frozen. Only Rahu got frozen, but that's still okay because now Lowen gets a turn. Lowen puts Exaltation on the Rahu. He can only taunt right now because his turn is next, right? He has no cleanse right now. He can only taunt and he can just S1 against my Lowen. He does get the Artisan out there though, which is pretty lucky from him. But now I dispel some buffs. Mio goes, Lowen whips him again. Plume goes to S3. Nohor goes, and hopefully this time he freezes everybody, right? No, he did not freeze the Aya this time. So pretty unlucky RNG for me this game, but you guys can see slowly but surely I'm just extending I'm putting more debuffs on him and I'm just extending my lead, right? Look at Rahu slowly like losing more and more HP. So the reason why I decided to S3 the Sylph there is because I didn't want the Sylph to go at all, you know? So she didn't get to go that turn because if she did, she would have fully cleansed the Rahu and then I might have been cooked. But look at Dami Mami Lowen just whipping Rahu and he's obeying her because he's taunted, so he can't do anything else. He's taunted again and he's about to die. Mia DPS, guys. Mia DPS, she killed the Rahu. And then at this point, I'm gonna skip it to 5x because I think he stays the entire time, which I guess I respect it, but he has no chance of winning at this point because he has no damage. So my biggest threat right now, because he didn't want to give up, is Fuchu, right? Fuchu heals the most on this team because she gets a heal every single time she has her S3 up. But you can see he's trying to protect the Fuchu here, but it doesn't matter because Lowen, bro. Lowen just locks down any character in this game. And my Nahor, again, he missed so much CC this game. I don't know. I was just super unlucky this game. But I was still able to win because I drafted better than he did. You know, a lot of turn 2 players are drafting like triple healers like this. Like, bro, what are you doing? Stop drafting triple healers and then not banning Lowen, because Lowen just absolutely destroys all the healers. You know, even with Tiamat and Amber and stuff like that, for the most part, she can lock Tiamat with triple healer down as well. So very, very good game there. Next game against Zeitgeist, one of my viewers, bro. It was a very good game here. In hindsight, I remember this game very clearly because he has Ramocha and I lost to a Ramocha, a freaking rat. So looking back at this game, well, actually, let's talk about the draft first, and then I'll tell you guys about what I should have done. So the first strike, he had the first strike, he bans, he has the first strike, and then he pre-bans Plume, and then he picks Ray Mary. Okay, totally fine. I pick Lowen and then Freya. Okay, so the reason why I pick Freya here is because I know if he's pre-banning Plume, he might go for a turn 1 type of playstyle, right? Which he ends up doing. So I pick Freya here for the speed contest. Then he goes for Nahor and Lock Suki. So at this point, I'm thinking, shit, this Suki is fucking fast, okay? So what do? I decide to go Messiah on Lock. So if I get that one turn, I can just nuke the whole team, which is cool. And then Lily right here on 4. And then he goes Rat and Mio, okay? And then I pick Hoyan as the last pick. So the reason why I picked Hoyan as the last pick was because I thought I could like deal with the Ramocha will one-shot somebody on my team. I actually didn't even know Ramocha can one-shot my team, but he has this guy's a whale, just so you guys know, okay? Zeitgeist is a whale. So he has P5 for all his DPS. So P5 Ray Mary, I think he said he got lucky getting P5 Ray Mary, but Ramocha I think is like P5. So she just instantly nukes my team. But I end up losing. Let's just watch the game. There's no point. Let's just watch the game. And then I'll explain what I think I could have done, and I would have won the game if I did what I thought to. So his Suki goes first, right? Suki's super duper fast. Suki brings up Ramocha. Ramocha one-shots Lily and like pretty much everybody else. And then the Ray Mary goes, and I'm pretty much dead. So his Ray Mary is a Tiger Yin Ray Mary, so she's pretty squishy, right? But at this point here, Ray Mary terminates my Hoyan, so she's cooked. She doesn't get another turn, bring anybody back or anything, and I lose at this point. So looking back at this game, okay, we're gonna replay it one more time just so I can show you guys. But looking back at this game, I think I could have won if instead of banning Nahor, okay. Okay, let me make it slow. Alright, right about here. Let's pause it right here. Okay. So this is a good spot to pause it at, okay? So in hindsight, if I banned the rat, I think I would have won. The reason for that is, even though his Suki is fast, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter at all. If I ban his rat, he has Suki, he brings up Ray Mary. Okay? He brings up Ray Mary. She gets one turn, okay, and she's gonna S3 and she can do some damage on my team, okay? And that's totally fine. That's completely fine. And I'm able to tank that one hit. Unless, he did say, I did talk to him about this like live on stream. If you guys were there, you already know. But he did say that his Ray Mary is full damage and it's P5 as well. So he might have been able to one-shot my entire team regardless of Ramocha or not. But either way, the best course of the best way I could have won this game was to ban Ramocha, let him Suki S3 and bring up the Ray. I tank one hit of Ray, right? If I tank one hit of Ray, I can win. And he had, I banned his Nahor, but if I kept his Nahor in there, Nahor would have only been able to CC one character, right? Because he has no strippers. Look, you guys can see I have triple bulwark, okay? He can only CC one character, so he probably will CC Messiah or Hoyan or Lowen, doesn't matter. But maybe then the other two that didn't get CC'd might have been able to do something, and then I might have just won. Maybe Lowen would have S3'd the Ray Mary. Maybe Hoyan could have executed somebody and brought somebody back. Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much what I think I could have done to win that game if I banned the Remotion set. Because Remotion is the only one that can one-shot me. I'm pretty sure. Next game against Yotanwa here. So I get the first pick this time. I decided to pick Plume. Of course, I always pick Plume. Then he goes Freya Suki. Okay, cool. Freya Suki tells me what? He is going to play turn 1. He is going to be a squishy player, right? He's going to be a very squishy player. So I decided to lock Mass to take that damage dealer. Oh, sorry. I decided to pick Ray Mary because if Ray Mary gets a turn, you're most likely dead if you're a turn 1 player. And then I lock Messiah so that he doesn't lock Messiah himself and push everybody up, okay? Then he locks Nahor and then he picks Hoyan. Okay. I don't really think Hoyan was a good pick here. As you guys can see from the last couple replays, my Hoyan was getting cooked by Ray Mary. Messiah cleaves straight through her passive entirely, so I don't think Hoyan was a very good pick there. Especially because I locked Messiah. He can't ban Messiah at all. So then I pick Lily and Heinrich. I pick Lily for the speed contest, right? And then I pick Heinrich here to put the buff block on Hoyan, so Hoyan won't be able to get the soul ward. So even if she kills somebody on my team and then she brings them back, I'll be able to kill her the very next turn, right? Because she can only kill one person at a time when she gets her abilities up. Okay, and then he last picks Lilium, which I also think is a bad pick. Why? Because Messiah one-shots all of them. Okay, completely. He one-shots absolutely all of them. So what happens here? I decide to ban the Suki because if Suki brings up Lilium or Hoyan, boom, Messiah will die, or Ray Mary might die as well, or the whole team is stunned, something like that. So I ban the Suki there, and I gamble just a little bit on the speed. So he decides to ban Ray Mary, right? Because if Ray Mary gets just one turn, it's going to be GG's. Yeah, let's watch this replay. So this is another example of me losing the initiative, but still managing to counterpick a certain way and still ending up winning the game. So he has triple bulwark, right? Pretty crazy. So he goes first. Actually, I think I got pretty lucky here. Oh yeah, I got very lucky here this game. I remember this game now. You guys will see. You guys will see what happens. I won't spoil it. Okay, so Mass with the Revelation. Decent damage there. Boom. Oh my god. My Messiah resisted the No4 strip. And, well, he didn't resist the strip, but he got stripped, but he resisted the freeze. So honestly, I got pretty lucky this game. You guys know, if you guys watch my stream, I don't like calling it like saying that I got lucky, because a lot of my top player viewers say they got lucky and that's why they're top 50. I'm like, no, you're not. You're just that good, you know? But I think definitely for that game, I got very lucky because Messiah resisted. He has like maybe like 10% effect res or something. I don't know. So I got super duper lucky there. It happens, right? When you play CC, some games like my Nahor game earlier, he failed to freeze the other team like a bunch of times. It is what it is when you play CC. That's the only way F2P can compete against turn 2 tanky whales, you know? So it is what it is. Okay. So next game right here. This is a very good game, I feel, because he gets the first pick, okay? He bans Heinrich and he picks Plume. So I'm thinking in my head, right? I'm thinking, he's worried about getting stripped. He's worried about getting stripped, getting wounded, debuffs, and stuff like that, right? Because he bans 2 premium strippers. Heinrich and Plume are the best strippers in the game right now. So, of course, I'm going to pick Ray Mary. And then knowing that he's going to play turn 2 because you ban Heinrich. Turn 1 never bans Heinrich, okay? So if you're a turn 2 player, you're going to pre-ban Heinrich. So what did I do? I decided to pick Freya here, okay? The reason why I picked Freya is because at this point, I'm thinking he's going to be turn 2. So I want to play in a way where I can cycle him, push him back, put defense up in case he counters and stuff like that. And then he goes Fuchu and locks Tiamat. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to win this game because he locked Tiamat. So I'll explain this to you guys, okay? So I learned this from Sturby, okay? Shout out to Sturby. I don't know if he watches my videos, but anyway. When I was watching his videos and learning some how to draft from him a little bit, when you go first, you have to show your hand first. What that means is you're going to show your locked character first, okay? So because he went first here and he locked Tiamat, right? I now can lock my character to counter pick and destroy his locked character. And that's exactly what I did. I locked Lowen right there, and then he proceeds to pick two more healers. So he has legit three full healers and a Tiamat, okay? So the only character for me right now that's gonna be annoying or mess with my game plan of not letting his Tiamat do a single thing is to ban the Plume, because Plume's gonna fuck up the turn order. She's gonna strip all the buffs and stuff on my team. So I banned the Plume. And then for me, I decided to go with 2 layers of CC. So I have Nahor for CC and defense down, right? So extra damage. But then I also have Mio to combo with Lowen to reduce the healing as much as possible, because there's wound and exaltation, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So a little mini lesson in drafting for you guys there. All right, let's watch this game. I think this was still a pretty tough game because he had a lot of healing, if I remember correctly. Let's watch. So I decided to freeze the Fuchu here because I didn't want Fuchu to go at all. And I know, given my team, I don't have to wound the Tiamat immediately, right? I can push the Tiamat back far enough and then stop him from getting those Fuchu buffs up first. That's why I decided to freeze the Fuchu instead. Okay, so he gets that defense buff up, totally fine. Now I decide to freeze the Tiamat, push the Tiamat back a little further, but she didn't get pushed back at all because she resisted for whatever reason. But Fuchu still gets her S3 up here. Very unfortunate. But at this point, my game plan is already in motion, right? Lowen's got the S3, her exaltation on the Tiamat. I just keep whipping the shit out of Tiamat. And now watch him heal, bro. It's crazy, guys. Look at all the healing. Even with the exaltation, which reduces healing by 60%, by the way. Okay, reduces healing by 60%. Why is she still healing so much? You know, and she's getting her stacks and she transformed, but I have a shield defense up and all that stuff. And the freaking Ling would not get CC'd. She got whatever. But you guys can see that's pretty much the whole gameplay, right? You just focus Tiamat, you play aggro, focus the shit out of Tiamat, and then that's GG's. Then I decide to lock down the Fuchu because she's the next biggest threat here. And then I just slowly chip him down. He almost wins this because my Nahor is still only level 1. I'm saving the books and stuff like that for... I'm saving the books and stuff for like Tyrandok because that's the one I'm farming. But more or less, if you have 3 healers against Lowen who mitigates your healing, especially Lowen healthy like that because she had like 50% HP left, you're not killing her. You're never killing the Lowen. She's just gonna exaltation S3 and just whip you to death pretty much. So that was a very good game there against Miracle. And then the last game for today is against Credit Card. And I think this guy's a whale, like no joke, because his Tiamat was so tanky, bro. His Tiamat was ridiculously tanky. He must have been P5 Tiamat. So he's maybe a whale, given his name. Who knows? But anyway, let's talk about the draft. So he pre-bans Plume, okay, and then he picks Raymary, right? Very standard, turn 2-player things. So I pick Lowen and then Freya. So same strategy as the last game, right? I want to essentially take the initiative and then keep cycling through my characters so that he can't get a single turn and he can't heal enough. He can't like build up his buffs and have his game plan, okay? So then he picks Tiamat on 2 and locks Aya, okay? So I see locked Aya, I lock Nahor, right? It's all about counter picking when you're the second pick for your third locked pick, your protected pick. So then I lock Nahor and then I pick Mio on 4. He goes Fuchu Ling and then I pick Lilium at the end here. So the reason why I pick Lilium is because if I could one-shot the Tiamat, then I win, right? She gets put in Amber. She doesn't really heal that much, and hopefully the next turn I'll be able to kill her while she's in Amber if she doesn't have wound. But if she has wound, then I can probably kill her the next turn. But very unlucky here. The game was super weird, and we were talking about it on stream for like 10 minutes, bro. This game was so weird. So it was super weird, okay? I'll explain it to you guys what happened. So we'll watch this one on 2x. But I play as perfectly as I can possibly play right now. So what happens here is that, let's pause right here. I can't even check the buffs, but let me explain it, what I think happened before we check the buffs. So this is what happens, okay? So you guys might not know, but the interaction with Amber and Tiamat and Lilium. Okay, so Lilium seals your HP based on how much damage she does. Okay, so usually, Lilium can S3 a Tiamat. If the Tiamat dies, right, she will heal little to nothing from Amber. Okay, because Amber heals twice. The very first healing is 50% of your HP, but if Lilium seals that HP, or if you have wound on them, they will not heal that full amount. Okay. So that was my game plan here. I would S3 with Lilium right now onto the Tiamat, and then she gets HP locked, even though she doesn't have wound on it. So I'm expecting her to heal at least just like a little bit, right? I'm not expecting her to heal quite a lot, just a little bit. But the weird thing here is that Lilium, I didn't even know this when I was talking about it with chat, but Lilium gains an extra damage bonus if the enemy has more than 60% HP. And this is why Tiamat gets to heal a lot more than she does, because I don't get that HP seal as like the HP seal isn't as big as it should be if Tiamat was above 60% HP. So Tiamat was actually at 57% HP. But look how much HP she still has left to heal. Look at that. That was way too much. That was like 30% HP. And at this point, he gets a little too it becomes a little too tanky, and I'm unable to kill him because he's just gonna heal every hit pretty much now. So here I'm just trying to chip down the Fuchu, try to have Tiamat take a little bit more damage perhaps. But freaking Aya brings up the Amber Tiamat, and then I kind of get cooked. I can't deal with the Tiamat anymore. I literally have no tools to deal with the Tiamat at this point because Amber is broken. So Amber needs a nerf, okay guys, like no joke. Amber needs a nerf. It needs to you need to not be able to heal them when they're in Amber, and then you also need to not be able to push them up the turn meter when they're frozen in Amber. And you guys saw that, right? My Lilium S2 on the Tiamat, it did literally nothing. I couldn't even get a stun on the Tiamat. So this Tiamat's probably P5 because his name is Credit Card. But like I said, I still think Amber needs a nerf, bro. Those two things, as well as more wound characters or more characters to deal with Amber, would make the game a lot more fair. Because if you can't apply debuffs onto an Ambered unit, why the fuck can they heal? Why can they be pushed up the turn meter? They can't have buffs on them, but technically they have the Amber extra 200% defense buff already, right? So that's absolute bullshit. So even after 6 months, Amber still needs a nerf, okay? Not a crazy nerf, just a small nerf, just those two things. No healing, no extra healing outside of Amber. And if they want, they can even nerf the amount that Amber heals in general. And then no turn meter pushing up. Like, why the fuck do you get to get pushed up, right? The biggest problem with Amber, and I've said it many times on stream, and I'll let you guys know right now. The biggest problem with Amber is that it is a win condition. Why is it that if you proc Amber, which tells you that you're losing, you get rewarded for it with a brand new life, a bunch of healing, extra defense, you can't even kill, you can't CC, can't push back, can't anything. Why? This Amber is bad game design because it's rewarding you for losing. That's very bad game design, right? If you have the initiative, if you play properly, you don't need like that extra second life. It's essentially a second life where the only other way to get second life in this game is stuff like Hoyan or Sanya to revive and stuff like that, or Bayotin. But Amber itself as a shell is a win condition, and there is no other shell in the entire game where if you have the shell, you are almost guaranteed to win, right? The shell is just so OP. We need a bunch of more like wound units or HP seal units or something to deal with Amber, because it doesn't seem like they're going to nerf it or touch it at all. Okay, we need like extra wound on all the CC characters, bro. Give wound to every single CC character. Okay, I'm joking about that, but you know, like the Amber is so unfair, especially some teams I play against. They run like 4 or 5 Ambers. I mean, it is what it is, but even Amber abusers are saying that Amber needs a nerf. So if anything, that says a lot about Amber. So there's my little rant, and that's all the videos, all the replays we have for today, guys. Yeah, that's it. So if you guys liked the video, you found it helpful, you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. All the stuff about the 1K subs and the monthly pass giveaways and stuff like that for end of year, you guys already know. And that's pretty much it for this video. I stream every single night, both on Twitch and on YouTube, guys. If I don't catch you on the stream, I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.